Kia ora, Talofa, Malele, Bula and Welcome to Season 8, Episode 44 of Breakfast Bites by TEIVOVOsports.com. A wrap of Pasifika People sports news on a sunny and bright Wednesday morning, 14 February 2024. Coming to you with tons of hanisi from the 180th meridian in the middle of the blue continent. In rugbyunion, can the Tongan Thor, Taniela Tupou, save the Melbourne Rebels? While their 2024 future is secure, the Melbourne Rebels could be told they'll be closing their doors within weeks. After revelations, the ailing Super Rugby Club has just 17,300 Australian dollars in the bank. The team has entered voluntary administration, and auditors from PwC have found they owe over $20 million, including $11.6 million in taxes, $5.7 million to board members, $2.8 million to suppliers, $1.1 million in unpaid stadium fees, Australian $720,000 to the State Revenue Office, and Australian $250,000 in employee superannuation. Their assets amount to some office furniture, gym equipment, and 2 cars. In Rugby League, clubs are unleashing new recruits and naming some of their biggest stars for Week 1 of the NRL Pre-Season Challenge. On Thursday, Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs versus Melbourne Storm, 7 p.m. at Belmore Sports Ground. On Saturday, Newcastle Knights versus Cronulla Sharks, 1:45 p.m. and Sydney Roosters versus Manly Seagulls, 3:45 p.m. in Gosford. Parramatta Eels versus Canberra Raiders at 5:55 p.m. and South Sydney Rabbitohs versus St George Illawarra Dragons at 8:05 p.m. at Netstrata Jubilee Stadium in Sydney. On Sunday, New Zealand Warriors versus West Tigers, 2 p.m. in Christchurch, and North Queensland Cowboys versus the Brisbane Broncos at 4 p.m. in Mackay. Finally, the Dolphins versus Gold Coast Titans, 6:15 p.m. at Sunshine Coast Stadium. In football, Tottenham's Aussie manager, Ange Postecoglou, is one of the favourites to replace Jurgen Klopp. However, the top target for Liverpool is former Red Star and current Bayer Leverkusen manager, Xabi Alonso. The Reds have reportedly been in discussions with the Spanish legend about the role for more than 3 months. In combat sports, Tom Aspinall has cleared the air on his negotiations leading up to UFC 300. As the interim UFC heavyweight champion, Aspinall has been campaigning for bouts with the undisputed champion John Jones and his challenger Stipe Miocic. Only one of those names came up in negotiations, however. And in sports biz, history has been made as Super Bowl 58 now stands alone as the most watched event in American television history. The Chiefs' 25-22 overtime win over the San Francisco 49ers on CBS drew an average audience in the US of 123.4 million, beating last year's record Super Bowl draw of 115.1 million by 7%, according to Nielsen. All thanks to you-know-who. And that's a wrap for TEIVOVOsports.com. I'm Cullen Kamea. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons below if you want to receive more Pasifika sports highlights on Breakfast Bites. Mahalo, kakite, and thank you all too much for all your love and support.